Yo, chat, how's everybody doing? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Woo. I don't have to wear the headphones because, well, I'm just gonna be talking today. We're not gonna play anything, and we don't really have to hear anything, but I'm gonna be playing bangers like this music while we go through the tier list. So, the headphones stay on. How are you people? How's everybody? Thank you, Ryan. Welcome, welcome everybody. Watching from college? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hope that goes well, whatever you have to do. Oh man, can you believe we finished almost every localized RGG game in a month? In a month. Well, I mean, it's all story, but yeah. Also, yeah, thank you so much for the dragon tier, Gwenta. Thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. I think this is my first time doing a live tier list. Pretty sure it is. All the tier list videos I've done are recorded and edited as well. So the VOD isn't gonna look as fancy, but I think it's still gonna be nice. People are gonna be able to enjoy chat's reaction, your reaction to that information. By the way, for those who were wondering, I've seen a bunch of people asking where's the soundtrack from. Both tracks I played so far are from Fists of the Noah Star Lost Paradise. Go to the game, by the way, if you haven't played it, please do. It's exclusive to the PS4, unfortunately. If you have a PS5, though, you can play it on that as well. Yo, Renuji, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Man, I'm so glad I did the story marathon. It's been such a blast. Like, not just for myself, but for you guys as well. Seeing the stories of the games again, like just having my undivided attention on them. Well, I say undivided, but a lot of the time I focus on chat and whatnot. But I mean, relatively, it was undivided attention. So yeah, watching the stories again, seeing what chat thinks, and my own thoughts and opinions maybe even changing after going through some games. Oh, can't wait to show that on the tier list today. How many tier lists? How many tiers? It's gonna be basic. S, A, B, C, D. Maybe we'll add a special tier or two, we'll see. Good morning, hello, hello. Can you believe Ishin is coming in 15 days? 15 days! That's half a month. What do they call that? A fortnight, right? Hold on. Fortnight definition. Yeah, I think. Wait. A period of 14 days, 2 weeks. Yeah, so close enough. I'm ready for a controversial stream. Yeah. Oh, I can already feel the spiciness, like whether it's in chat or the VOD comments. Oh. Yo, Luna, welcome. Welcome, fellas. Love how everybody's like, Dead Souls S tier. Why do you guys think I'm gonna put it in S tier? What makes you so confident and sure that that's where it's gonna be? Yo, Jamairo, welcome. Welcome. Dead Souls should have its own special tier. That's what everyone was saying yesterday. Okay, let me play something else while we... What do we play? Yakuza... Here's another track no one talks about. Alright, fellas. There we go. Fellow viewers, people, welcome everybody. As you can see, we're gonna be doing a Yakuza tier list today. Last time I did one was 3 years ago. And at the time, I think the English release of Like a Dragon didn't come out yet, and Lost Judgment also wasn't a thing yet. So those two being like games that weren't on that tier list is reason alone for me to do this tier list again. But also, as we've just said, since I went through all of these games again because of the marathon, my thoughts on some games might have changed for better or worse. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to talk about each and every one of these. Now, this tier list, for some reason, it lists the Japanese versions as well. I don't know why it does that, but let's not worry about the details. I'm probably just gonna leave them down there. Okay, I'm thinking of starting with the chronological order. I guess we can do that. Hold on. Fellas, who loves this truck? God, one of the most underrated trucks. Absolutely. Okay, so I prepared a list of trucks as we go through each and every one of these games. Let's start with the original Yakuza 1. Okay. I don't remember where I put this game last time I played. I think I put it in like... Was it A tier? I think it was A tier. Listen. You might tell me, okay, Leon, this game is fucking janky as hell. This is not S tier. But you know what? After having gone through it again with everyone, and just having a blast, the last couple times I streamed this game, this is an easy S. Here's why. So, something I didn't mention yet. The basis, or the reason I'm going to... not the basis. The reason, or the... what's the... English is escaping my brain. What's the word I'm looking for? The criteria. The criteria I'm looking for with this tier list is gonna be replayability, going back to it and never getting bored of it. Story, obviously, music, everything else. But above everything, just, you know, me going back to it and not getting sick of it. And when it comes to that, Yakuza 1 Original, it's way more than that. I love it so much. I should also mention, there's probably gonna be someone out there that's like, oh, no way, Yakuza 1 is S tier, and like, I don't know, Yakuza 5 is D tier. Listen, okay, look. We can do this two ways. We can approach it the objective way, or we can approach it based off of my personal opinion. We can do both. I don't mind doing both. So here's the thing. If we go objectively, by today's standards, there's no way this game is like S tier. This is probably like B or C even. I don't know. But in my heart, Yakuza 1 Original is S tier. So this game set the foundation for everything that came after that. Story is pretty good. Soundtrack, I mean, do I even need to say anything about that? So, like, soundtrack for, like, all of these games is amazing. And Funk Goes On is, like, iconic at this point. It's so good. The combat... No, okay, let's talk about the combat for a little bit. The combat Yo, thank you for that dragon tier, Renin. Thank you, thank you. Listen, I know the combat is like as janky as it gets with this game. But you know what? It's not too big of a deal for me. I actually don't mind it at all. Like, yeah, there will be some situations where... I don't know, I'm trying to attack someone in front of me and Kiryu goes the other direction and finishes the whole combo in that direction. But that is not too horrible. He can recover from that easily and get right back into the fight and continue to damage your opponent. What else do we have? Side content. I think for its time, this game was... Maybe revolutionary is too big of a word, but I'll say this. This game, like, as a kid, I played this, what, like 15 years ago at this point? I saw nothing else like it. I was so attracted, I was so entranced. And this love and this attraction is what caused me to be Devil Leon 7, baby. And here we are today with chat. Yo, thank you, Franco, for the dragon tier. Thank you, thank you. I still think for like 2005, 2006, this is an amazing, amazing, amazing game. And even today, I could never get sick of like going through this game, especially with chat. Like with chat, when we meme about all of the like the dubs and the fucking one-liners in this game, it's amazing. Holy shit! Thank you, Aura. Thank you, chat. Oh my god, you're so supportive already. Thank you, thank you. We've just started, chat. We've just started. We have like maybe an hour or two to go through. Like I want to talk about each and every aspect of these games if I can, so that we make as much as we can clear. And yeah, for those who don't know, the way I got into Yakuza was my dad happened to buy Yakuza as one of the games with a PS2 that he surprised us with back in the day. I think one of the other games was Bully, but Yakuza really stood out. So yeah, great soundtrack, gameplay, I really don't mind. The jank is actually charming in this game for me. Story is great, lovable villains and characters. Dub makes this game all that much better, I love it. And yeah, the nostalgia is real with this game for me, I love it. I could go to this game like 30 times a month with chat and I would never get sick of it. And yeah, I think this is a very good spot for it, for me. Again, if we're going objectively, this could be probably in B tier or C tier. In my heart though, this is S. Alright. Let me put on the Yakuza 2 music. Alright, Yakuza 2, fellas. Original Yakuza 2. I'm gonna get shit for this. But... Yo, thank you for the upgrade, Maurenin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen. Look. Objectively, this is obviously above Yakuza 1. Like, objectively, so far, this is probably gonna be how it's done. But, listen. Yakuza 2 does some things that I'm really not fond of. Chief of them is... some moves you have in Yakuza 1, you have to fucking travel to Bangladesh and then talk to a guy in Somalia and then stand next to the river and then capture a fish from the river and then take that fish to China and then... Why? It's so fucking tedious, dude. Come on. Like, this is one of my least favorite aspects some Yakuza games sometimes do, which is you take a move, you lock it behind like 10 fucking quests for no reason. It just sucks. I hate it. And Yakuza 2 definitely did that a little too much. I'm sorry. Fellas, look. Let's make something clear, okay? This is just my own personal tier list. My opinion shouldn't be worth shit to anyone. Just saying. If I had to say though, I think that drags Yakuza 2 down a lot for me. Like, you have to God. I'll say this though, combat is definitely improved in this. I sometimes see people talk about Yakuza 2's combat as if it's like perfect, like the epitome of combat. There's nothing that beats it. I'll say it right now, I went through this game like twice in the past 6 months. It still has some jank. It still does, believe it or not. Sometimes with the directions, especially later down the line in the game, you want to switch to... excuse me. God, all these fucking quests that you have to do really are taking their toll on my throat. Sometimes when you want to switch to another target behind you, or like to your side, or to like your southwest corner, there will be some jank. There will be some jank. This game's combat is not as perfect as some people make it out to be. And when it comes to story, I think a lot of you already know this. I don't think the story of this game is unfortunately one of the stronger ones. And it introduced some cool villains. Ryuji's a fan favorite. And who else do we have? Kaoru. Kaoru's a fan favorite, even though she fucking disappeared off to America after this game. Which is, feels bad. Who else? Yayoi? Yayoi Dojima, I suppose. Also disappeared off to Eagle Land. You know, this is a thing that this game is unfortunate. I don't know if I should even blame this game, but it gave us Kaoru, Yayoi, maybe a couple other characters that don't come to mind right now, and then it just discarded them. Like, why? And I say that as someone, by the way, who isn't really a big fan of Yayoi or Kaoru. But I think to other people, this is a big deal. You know, I think after I finish this, I'm gonna rearrange all of this to the objective order, if you will. We'll talk about that later. First, I'm gonna just go through this according to what I think. Yo, Alex, thank you for the honey at here. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. But yeah, did I leave something out? The soundtrack of this game, phenomenal. Something I forgot to mention. God, I feel like there's so many things I forgot to mention in the beginning. Fellas, listen. If I put your favorite game in D tier, C tier, or B tier, please don't think of that as, oh, Devil Leon, Devil Guy, Yakuza Guy 7 is shitting on my favorite game. That's not it at all. Every single Yakuza game, believe it or not, I enjoy. I think there's great things about each and every one of them. And hey, look, if I put Yakuza 5 in D tier, and then you're like, oh, fuck you, Yakuza Guy 7, how could you put how could you put this in D tier and this fucking shitty-ass RPG game in S? Listen, look, if I sit down with you to have a chat, to try to convince you that Yakuza Online is an S tier game, just like you're trying to convince me that, I don't know, Yakuza 5 is an S tier game, would you be willing to sit down and actually talk it out? Hell no. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Don't kid yourself. That's not how opinions work, okay? Just saying. Just saying. Alright. So, is there anything that I left out with Yakuza 2? Great soundtrack. Combat is a step up, but it's still not perfect. And for some reason I enjoy Yakuza 1's combat a little more, believe it or not. Story is not my favorite. A lot of the characters introduced I honestly don't really care much for. Ryuji is better in Dead Souls. Fight me. What else? Side content is a lot. Yakuza 1 and 2 have missable sub-stories, which is something... Maybe for the time it worked, but trying to play this stuff nowadays and trying to, like, not miss everything requires you to, like, open a fucking PDF guide in the second monitor or on your phone or something like that. And let's be honest, maybe you don't mind it, which is fine, but that requires you to take an extra step. So, yeah. Okay. Yakuza 3! Who loves Yakuza 3? Oh yeah, Kenzan came before this. Well, I guess we can talk about the games we didn't play in the marathon as well. Look, Kenzan is a great game. But I played this with a guide. Or, well, barely with a guide. The unlocalized factor, definitely... Look, it's not the game's fault, okay? But going by my experience with the game... I'll put this in C tier. Kenzan has, bar none, like one of the best intros to any Yakuza game. The song Bushido by Zebra. Check it out if you haven't. Wait. I just realized. Right, so the intro to Kenzan is among the best. Same for Yakuza 2, by the way. Love that intro. Kenzan is a samurai spin-off for the PS3. It was the first Yakuza game to arrive on the PS3. And I think even the name is a pun on that. It's like what? Like a Dragon arrives on the PS3, get it? Yes, I did finish Ishin 6 months ago on stream. I had one funny bug happening in this. I got soft-locked behind like a gate that opened during a fight. And I couldn't get out. Look, I'll just say this real quick. Sometimes people preach about the older games as if they're the holy grail and they're flawless. But let's not pretend that they're that. Kenzan soft-locked me once. And it's not a big deal, but I mean... you know... The story, I'm sure, is great. The soundtrack is... But then again, the soundtrack with all of these games is amazing. I think they were still experimenting with this game because you had like wonky ragdoll physics, but they weren't like Yakuza 6 or Dragon Engine physics. And yeah, like the yo, thank you for the honey tier, Thug Nasty. Thank you. The environment of this game is beautiful. They went above and beyond to give us like very like naturally beautiful areas with like trees, forests, and the sea, and it's a beautiful game. It is a beautiful game, especially for its time, I'm sure. But Kenzan isn't a game that I would go back and play. Like if I had to pick a Yakuza game to go back to. Combat is okay. I don't know what else to say. Where would you guys put Kenzan? Thank you, Thug Nasty. Thank you, buddy. Alright, it's time to talk about Yakuza 3. So, Yakuza 3 is an interesting game. Wait, is it? No, not chronologically. Release order-wise, it came out after Kenzan. First, like, mainline game on the PS3. By the way, this is not final. I'm just putting it here just to, like, relax my hand. Yakuza 3 is a game where people are either gonna fucking despise everything about it, not just because of the combat, but also because of the first, like, 20% of the game, where you spend that duration looking after the kids in the orphanage. And I can understand where they're coming from, but honestly, I think Yakuza 3 gets more hate than it deserves. Especially growing up with all of these games. Yakuza 3 is a solid game. Like... Listen. Blakuza and all aside, I know. You have options. I know they're not... you don't have as many options as other Yakuza games, but you still have options. They're blocking, okay, grab. Okay, maybe the grab doesn't work, dodge behind them when they attack, and combo them from behind. But having said that, I do think there are, like... There's a boss or two that are... really, really, really horrible. And the jank kind of does show up there. I'm sure you guys know which one I'm talking about. Lao fucking Kalong. How was chat's experience with Lao Kalong? Listen, Lao Kalong, if you don't have the Komaki moves with Lao Kalong, good fucking luck. Oh my goodness, especially like on X Hard as well, where you take more damage, I believe, and you deal like chip damage. Again, maybe it is possible. Lao Kalong might be possible without the Komaki moves. If you really devote your time and effort into learning what you can do and what you can do, sure, maybe. But I'm trying to talk from like the average player's point of view. Lao Kalong is a pain in the ass, okay? Let's not kid ourselves. He has a banger theme though, and like every other boss in this game is amazing. I just realized we didn't talk much about the bosses of the other games. I might have wanted to do that, but anyway. This game has some of the best bosses in the whole series, I would say. Like, Mine is a big fan favorite. Joji Fuma is a big fan favorite as well. Incredible fight with a great setting. Lao Kalong, arguably, like, setting the bullshit aside with the stun lock and everything. And I think Yakuza 3 in general introduced some of the like most popular characters. Rikia is very like loved by people. Again, Mine. Richardson is a meme. I fucking love Richardson so much.
What the fuck?
Also, another gem that came out of Yakuza 3. Loved it when he did that every like 5 seconds in that fight. Tamashiro like doesn't stand out, but this really does make him stand out. He permanently became part of the channel soundboard. Oh yeah, there's the Kanda fight as well with that sick quick time event. Again, Yakuza 3 had some great fights. It really did. Very memorable fights, I would say. Soundtrack, again, I don't think anyone would argue it's dog shit. Oh, also, it gave us this gem.
Beautiful eyes, like I had from my brother before. Beautiful eyes, like I had. Beautiful eyes, like I had from my brother before. Beautiful eyes, like I had from my brother before.
He can sing. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about with this game. I didn't mind the again, just going back to the combat a little bit, I feel like I didn't talk about that much. I don't mind the combat in this game. I think it has some of the most crisp aspects when it comes to combat. Wall bounding in this game does help make it more fun. When you get the Komaki moves, it definitely becomes way more fun. Love it. And for once, I appreciate, once again, that you don't have to go to fucking Bangladesh and Somalia and China and across the entire fucking world to get back the Komaki moves. I would put this in A tier. Fight me. And yeah, that is Yakuza 3. Oh yeah, it also introduced the Revelation system, a new way to learn moves, and I love that. Anyway. You know what that sound is? It's the sound of everybody's favorite game. Oh boy. Okay, Yakuza 4. You know what? I don't remember where I put this game last time. What? Does anyone remember? Where did I put it? Was it like B? No, was it C or D? Look. Listen. As far as the marathon goes, I think the chat reached an all-time high. Or the viewership reached an all-time high when I got to the final boss of Yakuza 4, I think we had like almost 500 viewers. It was fucking insane. And it was made better as well by the fact that I muted the fight song to play this, the vocal version. And it was beautiful. It was fucking awesome. Look, despite what I might have said in the past, Yakuza 4's story being dumb as fucking hell, like arguably the most dumb story in the whole series. This game... Listen. It has some of the most fun combat in the entire series. Especially with someone like Akiyama and Kiryu. Akiyama more so. What you can do with Akiyama in this game, you can't do with any other iteration of Akiyama, or any other character to begin with. Maybe Yagami is arguable, but the combat in this game is better than Yakuza 5. And I will die on that hill. Yakuza 5 took away wall bounding and like air juggles, if you will, coming off of wall bounds. And it's so fun. And you know what? The story is absolute dog poop, dog shit. But we had such a blast just laughing at the story when I went through this. So I think S tier isn't bad for it. Like, sometimes I hear that Akiyama got buffed in 5. If you ask me, he got a nerf in Yakuza 5. He feels much more crappier to play in 5. But yeah, as far as Yakuza 4 goes, this is a game that I don't think I would mind going back to again and again. It doesn't overstay its welcome, it's not long at all. The pacing is fine, like, when it comes to just going through the story. Combat, again, some of the most fun that can be had with the series. This game gave us multiple protagonists for the first time in the series, by the way. So alongside Kiryu, you have Tanimura, Akiyama, and Saejima. And they had very unique fighting styles, very well done for being like an introduction to new protags. They all have their own battle themes, and the bosses... Okay, the bosses in this game are anything but memorable, I'll say that. But there are like a couple of cool characters. I love Suguchi. Suguchi is like probably my favorite villain in this game. What else? Sub-stories, side content, pretty good overall. Once again, it's not like Yakuza 2 where you have to go through like ridiculous ordeals, talk to 10 different NPCs to learn moves, and that kind of thing. You train with your fighting style trainer, and boom, that's it, you get the move. Whoops. But yeah, the fact that every one of the protags had their own theme, battle theme, is very sick. And also, something very minor, but I really love it. The color of the menu. These little things leave an impact, I swear to God. Seeing Akiyama with a red menu, and then Tanimura with that bright blue, and then Saejima with the green, and then Kiryu with the gray. I love it so much. I think Yakuza 4 might have my favorite menu, like start menu, out of all the games. I love it. What else? Also, Yakuza 4 has 4 Faith. So that's... Wait. But I fucked it up, goddammit. There we go. Yakuza 4 can stay here for now. I find it hilarious how 4 Faith is like the most memed on song of all time with Yakuza. But I mean, hey, with these words. Thank you for bringing that up, Dan. Oh my god, I forgot. Yakuza 4 has the best upgrade system out of all the games. Oh, you had to, like, I don't know, unlock 10 different moves to get the Tiger Drop in, I don't know, Yakuza 3. Guess what? In Yakuza 4, open up that menu, go to that bad boy in the upgrade menu, and unlock it. Boom! Done! That's it! That is such an underrated aspect about 4, I feel like. And I'm so glad someone brought it up. Because, yeah, I really love that about 4. Whereas in something like Yakuza 1, 2, and 3, you had to, like, say for example you wanted, like, I don't know, the quick step cancel. You had to unlock the fucking shit-ass dropkick. You had to unlock the Lotus Fist or whatever. You had to unlock the charging kick. You had to unlock... like, some abilities you might not have wanted. Just to get that one ability you want. So yeah, I really do appreciate that about 4. You can get the abilities that matter right from the get-go. And yeah. Yakuza 4 is the GOAT. It's the GOAT. Woo! Okay, Yakuza 5. I think this is probably where most of chat is gonna disagree with me, and that's fine. Nothing is wrong with that, right? Unless you can't handle it, I don't know. But, listen. Yakuza 5 is a great game, okay? Don't get me wrong on that. Yakuza 5 is amazing. I enjoy every single Yakuza game. Having said that, though, Yakuza 5 also brought some of the most unenjoyable moments, period, for me. Look, the pacing of this story is absolute poo-poo. Okay, you see this emote right here? This is the pacing of the story. Oh, you wanna play as Saejima? Okay, go through 2 chapters in prison, 1 chapter of Dreamland, and 1 chapter of... Baba-chan. Look... I think Saejima's part is like the worst out of all of them. It's such a fucking slog. Oh my god. If you go back and watch my VOD, by the way, of like the story marathon with the Yakuza 5, I almost went crazy. You can ask chat for whoever was there about it. My god, it was so like, oh, could it get any worse? And like, I don't mind sitting down and watching the story unfold, but Yakuza 5 is like, dude, come on. Get to the point already, holy shit. Also, Yakuza 5 definitely has some of the most bloat in the story, the most amount of filler. I mean, a whole goddamn chapter for Saejima is dedicated to the Hunter minigame, for God's sake. You could argue, I would argue Yakuza 5 didn't need all of the protags that it has, but it brought them anyway, just for the sake of having content. Yakuza 5, in my opinion, is like a case of quantity over quality. And by the way, the Haruka part is some of the most fun I've had. I'll just say that. The Haruka part is great. And then you also have Akiyama, where he's just there, to be Haruka's bodyguard. No real story involvement. Kiryu's involvement is fine. I love Shinoda's part. I really do. I think Shinoda's part is probably my favorite. You know why? It felt like a spin-off. Almost. Like, you go through all of this, like, left and right convoluted shit. Saejima's snooze fest of a fucking part. And then you get to Shinoda, where everything is so disconnected. And it's like, damn, look at this. This is just another RGG game. It's not Yakuza 5 anymore. I really like it. I enjoyed it. Until it went and tried to tie everything in together. What else do I say about this? Soundtrack, as always, is great. Yakuza 5 also has some great side characters. I think Takasugi from Shinoda's part is my favorite. I absolutely love that man. And yeah, where does this leave us? Oh yeah, this game also did something weird with the upgrade system, where it tried to combine Yakuza 4s with the old upgrade system, which makes no fucking sense. So, you know how it works in Yakuza 1, 2, and 3, where you have to unlock an ability to get the next one? It's that, but with orbs instead of, like, XP bars. It's so weird. And it also has like an auto level system, which is interesting. But yeah, I definitely think Yakuza 5 is a case where they prioritized quantity over quality. But once again, this is just what I think, and my opinion shouldn't be worth shit to anyone who cares about this game. Listen, it's in D, but that doesn't mean I hate it, okay? I thought we made that clear. I just... This game is a drag for me, it really is. It overstays its welcome at so many points. And yeah. Listen, chat, listen, it's okay to think differently, okay? Oh, but Yakuza Guy 7, look. How could you put Yakuza 7? Look. Look! Opinions. Okay, look, once again, we're gonna do an objective tier list, if you will, or at least try to after I'm done with the personal tier list. Right now, I'm just going, like, based on my experience with these games, and, like, whatever changed after going through the marathon. Okay. Yakuza 5 all done. What came after 5? Was it? It was Ishin, right? Just to make sure. Was it Ishin and then 0? I did forget Dead Souls, true. Okay, wait, Dead Souls time then, hold on. So wait, Dead Souls came after Yakuza 4... Oh shit, I did skip you. Oh, how did I skip Dead Souls? Holy shit, wait. Okay, Yakuza Dead Souls. Whew! Fellas, what do you think about this one? I think it's obvious. That looks about right. Anyone else? Okay, look, jokes aside, Dead Souls, I would argue, is the black sheep of the series for multiple reasons. One, it almost killed the series, that is a fact. When this came out in 2012, we didn't get another Yakuza game for 3 years. And even then, I think we only got Yakuza 5 because, like, fans went on this, like, massive campaign. Like, all 100 of us Yakuza fans back then, like, banded together and we were like, Sony, please notice us. Gio Corsi, please look at us. And surprise, surprise, they did. And that's how we got Yakuza 5 back then. And even then, we only got Yakuza 5 digitally, only. No physical release. And that's why... Hold on. So, I don't know how many of you know or don't know this, but that's why when we got the remastered collection, which is this, we got a little something extra, which is this little bad boy. Now, people who were around back then will, like, this is gonna feel like a love letter to them. This was amazing. Like, look at this bad boy. Like, this was such a nice touch. If you didn't know why this was a thing, now you do. It was because this never got a physical release, and to all of those fans that, like, hung in there back then, this was like, fellas, we didn't forget about you. And yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, Yakuza Dead Souls. So it's the black sheep because it almost killed the series, that's one thing. Number two, back then people argued it's like the absolute worst Yakuza game, and it's like, you still find people that do that. I've recently seen people who still think like this is objectively the worst Yakuza game. Like, everything about it is so shit. The controls, everything. And personally speaking, I think Dead Souls gets more hate than it deserves as well, just like Yakuza 3. Dead Souls is as fan service as it gets. Like, it is a love letter to fans. I mean, for the first time ever, you had Majima playable and Ryuji playable. That's a bit overkill. And add Kiryu and Akiyama to the mix, who already are, like, super fucking popular. And you get one hell of a game. Obviously, Dead Souls isn't canon. Like, you could make all the theories and arguments you want, but Ryuji's back. And there's zombies in Kamurocho, so... what else? Goes without saying, but this game, like, stepped into new territory with the gameplay, with it being very gun-focused for the first time. I think it did a great job for what it was trying to accomplish for its first attempt. I also realized I forgot to mention one thing. One of the other reasons why this game is the black sheep of the series is because at launch, this performed horrendously on the PS3. Like, you would get to moments where you have like 5 FPS at some points. And you know what? You know what? That didn't bother me. For one reason or another. I didn't think it was too bad. I don't know, like, Dead Souls just felt like a game for the fans more than anything else. It wasn't trying to accomplish anything super ambitious. It wasn't trying to be this, like, 500 mega brain, 5,000 IQ pot or, like, anything like that. It was just a simple, take these Yakuza protags, put them in a zombified Kamurocho with all these different mutants, and that's it. That was it. Like, the idea is so simple. The soundtrack is amazing, by the way. People never talk about the soundtrack of this game, even though it has some of the best tracks in the series, period. God, I don't know what else to say. Like, can we also talk about the secret boss of this game? Like, I know I didn't talk about the secret bosses of previous games, but the one in this game really stands out. I fucking love it. You have an Amon who resurrected as a zombie soldier Amon from World War II or World War I. It's like, the idea is just so amusing. And before you get to that Amon, you do these little investigations, and like, you find out, oh, there's something going on here. Like, there's all these artifacts and relics being left behind in these, like, underground sewers and whatnot. And then it leads up to the boss, which is Rasetsu Amon, the soldier Amon. And then he also, like, beats Joe Amon, so you don't get to fight Joe Amon, you get to fight Rasetsu instead. It's so amusing. Okay, well, I guess we can talk about... Oh my god. I'm almost afraid to put this in S. I know it's like a personal tier list, but you fucking bet there will be one guy who's like, oh, the hell, Leon, 7. How could you put this in D tier? And listen, this is a personal tier list, dipshit, okay? I enjoy Dead Souls more than Yakuza 5. I said it. You happy? Okay, yeah, like, the story is not really anything to... Again, it's not trying to be ambitious, it's just a fun little thing where the protags are just in an infected Kamurocho. I love it. I love it. It's very simple. I love it. I love Dead Souls so much. I think this needs a Kiwami treatment or a remaster or a sequel even. I'll take it. Dude, can you imagine if we get a fucking Judgment Dead Souls with a Judgment cast? Yagami with a shotgun, Higashi with like the dual pistols, Kaito with a LMG, and Sugiura with like a sniper rifle. My god, imagine that! Holy shit! Let's fucking go, dude. I would buy that in a heartbeat, and I think it would be the most fun that could be had in the series. And potentially you could have more than one city as well, I don't know. I still think Judgment having their own spin-offs would be an amazing idea. Try to imagine a samurai spin-off, but with the Judgment cast only. That would be awesome. Like, I wouldn't mind if we get a samurai spin-off or a zombie spin-off with the Judgment cast. That would be so fucking sick. Okay. I guess Dead Souls aside, what do we have next? Was it Koryo? Should we go with Koryo or Ishin? I guess Koryo since... we forgot about that. Okay, Alright, fellas, Koryo. This is the other arguable black sheep of the series, in the sense that probably less people know about it compared to Dead Souls. I think there are still a lot of people who don't know this exists. So for those who don't know, Koryo, or Black Panther, is a spin-off for Yakuza on the PSP, exclusive to the PSP. They released 2 games. I think the first one came out in... was it 2010 or 11? And the second one came out in 2012. Koryo... I know I say this a lot, but Koryo brought some of the best soundtracks in the whole franchise. And I mean that, like, with an emphasis on this game. This game's soundtrack is phenomenal. It's so fucking good. The combat as well is different and unique. Hold on, let me see if I can show you guys. Koryo. Listen to that! Okay, so here's a glimpse of the combat. It's kind of like a fighting game where you're on the left or the right and you attack someone. Of course, the game takes place in Kamurocho as well, and you play as this teenager, Ukiyo Tatsuya. I think he's like 19 or something, and he's a very angry punk. He roams the streets. I'll tell you the premise of the story, nothing too spoilery. He decides to rob a I think a loan shark office. And then, I think he finds out he accidentally killed someone there. So a Yakuza guy steps out of the shadows to blackmail him. He's like, okay, kid, I will have you fight like 10 matches in a tournament, underground tournament, and then you'll be free. Otherwise, God, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's a very good game. Especially for being a PSP game. I think the graphics looks pretty good for a PSP game. You can explore Kamurocho, you have sub-stories. I think you can collect cats as well in this. You have multiple... Here's the thing. Koryo has like 20 fighting styles. 20 fighting styles! And of course the catch is that you don't have as many moves in the combat. But 20 fighting styles. You have like street fighting style, boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, I don't know, there's so many of them. And the second game improves that a little bit as well. But we'll get to that when we get to the second game. I think the story of this game is pretty good as well. I think I prefer it over the second game overall. So let me just put this aside. Okay, Koryo. I think like a B works well for this game. Also, yeah, the ring announcer. What the best Coliseum announcer ever. Oh, and the head. God, I love him. Okay, so let's talk about Koryo 2. Koryo 2 somehow, unfortunately, isn't as good as the first one. One of the main reasons, the fucking street thugs in this game are tougher than the bosses. How does that make any fucking sense? Like, legit, you could go into a boss fight, destroy... Squish the balls of the boss. Fucking... Just... destroy him. But as soon as you go into a street battle... good fucking luck. So... One of the cons of the combat in Koryo is that you can only focus on one opponent at a time. And Koryo 2 really tries to exploit that fact, and you would have targets you're not focusing on attacking you like crazy. Unlike the first game, I would say. The first game was much easier to like manage, even though you had like multiple enemies around you in street fights. In Koryo 2 though, they're fucking brutal. It's not even funny. Hold on, actually, let me show you guys something. Wait. I tried to record footage of Koryo 2 once. Okay, with me so far? I got into one street fight. Guess how long that street fight took me? 10 minutes! 10 fucking minutes! One street fight, one goon, by the way. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Where is it? I think it's this. By the way, I forgot to mention, I was maxed. Maxed out. Full damage, full everything. 10 minutes. That's longer than every fucking Yakuza boss ever. Probably even unupgraded on other games. So, let me show you guys. Like, when I say this game has some major balance issues, I'm not, like, joking. It's fucking nuts. Okay, so, watch. This is gameplay of Koryo 2. Let me skip a little bit. I think this is the enemy, actually. So, this game has an interesting system I forgot to mention. You have multiple types of street enemies, which is a thing that's already been there. But, like, say for example you get into a fight with a Yakuza-type enemy. Yakuza-type enemies are stronger than every other enemy type, which I do like. I think that is something more games should do. Especially, I mean, with Tatsuya in particular, he's a teenager, so maybe they really wanted to drive home that, like, difference in abilities. But my god, they overdid it so much. Anyway, watch this. So, can you see the time? It's 1 minute 14. Okay? 1 minute, let's say 16. Let's fast forward. Look at this shit! Look! Almost 10 minutes, one enemy! Maxed out, by the way. It's so bullshit. And by the way, it's not like I was going easy on him. Watch. Look! What is this? Like, by this point, this guy's corpse shouldn't even exist. You beat him so much, and he's still standing. This is on X hard, but I still think this is, like, too much. Holy shit, look at him. And, like, even using heat actions, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, like... Look! It's not like I'm going easy on him. Not even Yakuza 3 on X hard was this bad. God damn. Okay, well, that was... You have an idea of how difficult or how tedious Koryo 2 can be now, so we'll put that aside. I think C tier is where I'm gonna put this game. Even though, again, it has amazing soundtrack and everything. I think the story is a step down from Koryo 1, overall. And, yeah, the balance issues of the combat really make it a problem. What did we have next? Ishin. Okay, so we're caught up now. After 5 comes Ishin. Yes, this is gonna be on the main channel. All streams get archived automatically. Alright. right. Ishin. Who in the chat loves Ishin? Okay, so just to make it clear, I'm not gonna spoil anything about Ishin, and neither should anyone, okay? Ishin is coming out in like 2 weeks, and a lot of people haven't played it, because, you know, it was only in Japanese, which is fair enough. Ishin. Ishin. Okay, I know what you're thinking. It's here for the same reason Kenzan is, really. Mainly because I played this, like, with a guide next to me, for the most part. And I had no idea what was going on. But I am 100% sure, like, when I play the game... When I play the remastered version, it's gonna probably go to, like, A or even S. I'll say this, the story of Ishin, as far as I've read, I'm not gonna say anything once again, don't worry. It's really good. It has a very good message. And the fact that they're reusing all of these characters' faces is... Yo, thank you for the 1 month, Diamond. Thank you, thank you. The fact that they're reusing faces from the mainline series is amazing. I love it. Big fan service. You know, I see people talking about Ishin Kiwami, and they say like, oh, this game was never about too much fan service. What the fuck are you kidding? This game had like 10 faces from Yakuza 5, like 3 faces from Yakuza 3. I don't know how many faces from Yakuza 4. 2 faces from... Who are you kidding? Come on, let's be real. Look, like, differences aside about Ishin, it's a fan service game. No question. No question. The soundtrack of this game is beautiful, the gameplay is beautiful, the wild dance style, I think a lot of you have seen it already. One of the most anticipated fighting styles, and it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick! I don't know what else to say, like, the combat of this game is pretty fun. Oh, I forgot to mention, I think Ishin is one of the hardest RGG games, just to put that out there. Especially if you don't care too much about upgrades, which are essential. If you play the upcoming Ishin remaster, make sure to upgrade your weapons. Do it. Trust me. Take it from someone that fucking suffered and ate shit from the ground. Which is interesting, because Ishin has like, what, 40 inventory slots? But I still struggled so much. I just had no idea upgrading your weapons was that important. And yeah, so take my advice. When you play Ishin, upgrade your weapons. That's all I'll say. But yeah, once again, fellas, Ishin lovers, don't get angry at me. I still enjoy Ishin. I love RPG games. And I'm sure it's gonna go even above when I play the remaster, because it looks so fucking good. Thoughts on the card system? I like it. I think it's an added option. I don't think it's gonna be mandatory. But we'll wait and see. There's so much I want to talk about with the Ishin remake. I know there's like some controversial stuff, but let's wait for the game before we make judgments. Judgments. Speaking of... Actually, wait, no, it's not time yet. Yakuza 0. Was it after this? I think it was Yakuza 0. Ladies and gentlemen. Wait, let me delete this tier. Yakuza 0. Do I need to say anything? Like, I think when you take a look at almost every single tier list from every single person, you'll find this game in S tier. No doubt, no question. There's so many reasons for it, and I feel like Yakuza 0 has got to the point where, because it got so popular, you'll get these smartasses who are like, oh, Yakuza 0 is actually not an S tier game. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding, dude? Yakuza 0's story is, like, among the best in the whole franchise, if not the best. 2 lovable protags. Majima playable for the first time in the whole series, canonically. Has amazing fighting styles. Like, both of them have amazing fighting styles. Oh yeah, the music change. God damn it. Here we go. Thank you, chat. What would I do without you? Thank you. Look, Yakuza 0, in my opinion, is S tier for so many reasons. One, once again, God tier story, God tier characters. The Dojima lieutenants are definitely some of the most, like, popular villains in the whole franchise. Sagawa is a very popular villain as well, I would argue. Tachibana, like Makoto. This game introduced like how many man, like all of the characters introduced in this they became fan favorites, and it's insane. That's the good stuff. Hell yeah. Yeah, like we got to see Nishiki for the first time in good terms with Kiryu. We got to see them go through shit together. We got to see young Kiryu, young Majima that wins points alone. Majima as a cabaret owner was very unexpected. Let me tell you, by the way, when this was revealed, I think it was 2014, they revealed Kiryu, that render of him, and then next to him there was a silhouette. We didn't know who it was. It looked like they had a ponytail, so I was like, maybe it's a new protag. No, it's fucking Majima. When they revealed that, I was like, what the hell? This is gonna be epic, bro. And epic it was. Soundtrack is amazing, dynamic intros. So many things about this game are amazing. Sub-stories, side content, boss fights, some of the most memorable boss fights. Like, almost every aspect of this game was very, very, very well done. I'll say, though, even having said all of what I just said, I do think this game does have a few issues. I think some of the minigames are absolute dog shit. Hint, hint, cat fights. I fucking hate that minigame so much. Oh, you want to get 100% completion? Hope you enjoy RNG. God, I hate it. Yakuza 0 is like the only game where I actually went out of my way to get the platinum, and I fucking despise the cat fights. Ugh. Also, one small gripe, the fact that you can't start New Game Plus on Legend. I get what they were going for, but like, when you've played the game a million times, it kind of gets annoying. You just want to play through the game on the highest difficulty with all that you have. I feel like there was something story-wise that I was going to mention as well. Oh yeah. I feel like this would have been a perfect opportunity to introduce, like, to show us more of Yumi. Yumi was bare bones as fuck in Yakuza 1. Maybe if you actually included her in this game, people would have, like, cared more about her. You know? God, Yumi is such a meme character. Yumi. Fellas, who's a fan of Yumi? Yeah, Yumi or Yuko as well. Nishiki's sister. Would have been a perfect opportunity to show both of those as well. And I will also argue that they didn't show us the first time Kiryu and Majima met. The post-credit scene was awesome, but by that point, it was implied that they already met each other. So that was something I was kind of hoping to see. So yeah, there's like these small minor story issues, but overall Yakuza 0 is a god tier game. I love it. It's the most popular for a reason, and this is the Yakuza game, by the way, I would say, that ignited that fire outside of Japan and made Yakuza into what it is today. Couple that by the fact that I'm pretty sure Yakuza 0 had like much more marketing to it, a lot of PR work done for it, codes being handed out to content creators, and you get, as a result, you get like a game that did very well. No, Queen. I think the only appearance Nishiki's sister got was in like a prequel movie, and that's it. What comes after Yakuza 0? Kiwami, I think it was, right? Okay, Kiwami. What does chat think of Kiwami? If there's one thing they nailed in this game, it's this track. So, Kiwami, Yakuza Kiwami is a game. It's a remake of Yakuza 1. And even though it's an asset rehash, I would argue it's better than at least some other remakes out there, such as Resident Evil 3 remake. Like, okay, it reused a lot of assets. The Kiwami games are budget games, so let's put that out of the way. So, God, what was I gonna say? So this game made use of Zero's combat and improved upon it. So as a result, it gets the same combat as Zero, but just flows much better. A lot of people will tell you that Kiryu's combat was at its best in this game, so there's that. Story is pretty much the same. They introduced a couple new stuff, like how Nishiki descended into villain status, and you also get a minor backstory in the beginning where you see a bit more of Nishiki, Kiryu, Yumi, and Reina, and how like the jealousy, love triangle or love square starts, which was nice. I actually appreciated that. What else do we have? Minigames, unfortunately, a lot of them are asset rehashes. Pocket Circuit is back. By the way, Pocket Circuit... I don't know if I should continue that sentence because I feel like I'm gonna have a gun at my head. I don't like Pocket Circuit so much. They brought that back. They brought cat fights, but this time they're bugs. Bug fights. Like, just generally speaking, the side content in Kiwami didn't really appeal to me. And then there's another thing that this game introduced. The Majima Everywhere system. Now listen, I know Majima is a lovable and a loved villain, but I think this game overdid it a little too much. So the Majima Everywhere system actually altered the story slightly. You have a couple of sections that weren't there in the original. So, for instance, remember when he gets stabbed after the first fight? That was the reason he used to wear a bandage at the next fight in Shangri-La. But in this game, because there's Majima everywhere, after that stabbing, I think after like a chapter or two, you see him wandering the streets just fine. So to explain that bandage, what did they do? They added a fight in the pier, I think, if that's how you pronounce it, where he joins you because there's like Dojima goons tailing Kiryu, and he gets shot in there. He gets shot, and Kiryu's like, "Oh, not my problem," fucking walks away. Like, it felt so forced. Kiryu wouldn't do that. Kiryu just... You can't tell me Kiryu would just fucking walk away. I know he has priorities. Like, he was, you know, looking into what happened to Kazuma and Haruka and whatnot. But that is bullshit. So that's one reason why Majima Everywhere felt a tad much. But the second and more major complaint... Yeah, that drowning bit was not an original one. In the original one, Majima was more of an anti-hero. Even a villain. He shows up in the batting center, and then the next time he shows up is at Shangri-La. That's it. In Kiwami, he's everywhere. Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami 1, Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami 1. Enjoy that band. What do you guys think he was trying to say? What was I gonna say? Or was I? Oh yeah, Majima Everywhere. I think my only complaint with Majima Everywhere, my only real complaint, I just want a way to disable Majima Everywhere. Really, that's it. I remember once making a meme about Majima Everywhere, and someone on Twitter called me out for it, like, oh, what? Like, I don't know. Poo-poo opinion or whatever. Listen. I love Majima too, okay? I do. I love Majima. But please, if you finish that grindfest of a system, you should be able to disable it. I think you should be able to disable it. That is my only genuine complaint about Majima Everywhere. And by the way, no joke, the best source for XP in Kiwami is Majima. So that kind of tells you how much you fight him. But yeah. Fellas, once again, I said this multiple times, I'll say it again. I don't hate Yakuza. I know, crazy for Yakuza Guy 7 not to hate Yakuza. I enjoy all the Yakuza games. I know, crazy for Yakuza Guy 7 to enjoy all the Yakuza games. But that is the world we live in. Okay, so, Kiwami. I think B tier is fine for this. I'll put this in B tier. Alright, what do we have next? I think Yakuza 6 came after that. Yakuza 6. Alright. Oh, listen to that track. Hell yeah. Okay, so, Yakuza 6, fellas. It may not be apparent now, like I said in the controversial video, but Yakuza 6 on launch was very... It had a mixed reception. For like good reason. The story didn't sit right by a lot of players, for one thing. The final boss is another one of those reasons. The combat is a major reason. Like, the combat felt more clunky, heavy compared to other games. And the side content kinda felt a bit lacking, just a little bit. And what else? Yeah, it's stuff like that, really. But having said that, I think... Look, something people don't get enough credit for is the fact that Yakuza 6 tried to innovate. It really did. For example, all of the main villains have original movesets. Crazy, right? Now imagine if you get to Han Joon-gi and he fucking pulls out that Mine moveset out of his ass. Now that would be cheap. Yakuza 6 brought original movesets for every boss, a good number of dynamic intros, a good number of quick-time events, and also, the karaoke in Yakuza 6 is among the best out of all the games. It introduced, like, the biggest amount of new songs. Beats even Yakuza 7, I think. The only returning song in this game is Tonight, and that's it. Like, even with the minigames, even if they're, like, not super high quality, it really tried to bring as many original assets as possible. Like, for example, the hostess clubs were revamped. The spearfishing minigame was nice. The clan creator minigame. What else? Oh yeah, the heat actions. Again, the combat might be lacking in some places, but people don't talk about how the heat actions in this game, most of them, were actually brand new. We went through the heat action list when we went through Yakuza 6 on the marathon, and chat remembers the song. Brand new. Brand new. Oh, that heat move? Brand new. Brand new. Brand new. Brand new. Reused. Brand new. Brand new. There's so many brand new moves in the combat, and for that alone, I think RGG really deserves some credit for that. This game also tried to take a very grounded and realistic approach, so you can interact with vending machines, grab drinks, and drink them in real time. That was an amazing feature that I'm kind of sad they took it away from the later games. And also, people forget about the best character introduced in this game. Jimmy. Who is a Jimmy enjoyer in the chat? I love Jimmy. Yes, there will be spoilers in this stream. What else? This game brought some of the best villains in the whole franchise, I would argue. Joon-gi Han is a big fan favorite. I think he's like the most popular. You could argue Somiya as well is another like popular pick. Joon-gi Han, Somiya, I loved Ed as well. Koshimizu was cool even if he was not as flashy as the others. Oh yeah, beat Takeshi as well. And listen, let's talk about the final boss for a bit as well, okay? The final boss undoubtedly was a bit rushed. Only one quick time event. I think, honestly, if they just added, like, a final quick time event, that fight would have been... just one quick time event. You could argue Koshimizu was the real final boss, because when you knock him down, he gets up with a second phase, and you have to fight him again at full HP. And that is, like... that was pretty cool, I'll say. Oh yeah, also something else about Yakuza 6, all the sub-stories are voiced. I'm pretty sure that's where a huge chunk of the budget went into, when it could have gone to other aspects of the game. So again, like, between the voiced sub-stories, all the voiced dialogue, and them trying to recreate as many new assets as possible, a lot of effort went into this game. Just, you know, I think actually trying to innovate as much as possible kind of backfired with this game. You could say maybe they should have taken their time, but deadlines are a thing. It's hard in a corporate world, I'm sure. Yakuza 6, I'll put an 8 here. I love Yakuza 6, even with all its shortcomings. Yakuza 6 also has the best dropkick in all of the fucking franchise. Dropkick like 10 enemies at once, full heat refill, you kill like all of them. What else? God, I love this song. Make an Ed tier just for Yakuza 6. You mean Jimmy tier? Wait. What came after Yakuza 6? Was it Kiwami 2? Kiwami 2, right? Okay, Yakuza Kiwami 2. By the way, I forgot to mention, Yakuza 6 and Kiwami 2 were being worked on at the same time, simultaneously, so there is that. Just a fun fact. Okay. Alice, Kiwami 2. Alright, as... Wait, what the fuck? Oh, there it is, okay. So, Kiwami 2. The remake of Yakuza 2. Again, being a Kiwami game, it is a bit of an asset flip. You will notice that in a lot of the cutscenes, the lip sync is really off. I think they, like, it feels like... God, I was gonna say it feels like less work was put into this than Kiwami 1, but that is a lie, you know why? Because by this point, Sotenbori and Dragon Engine did not exist. They made it from the ground up with this game. So there was some work put into this, but that doesn't change the fact that this game is a budget game. As you guys know, Yakuza 2's story is far from my favorite, and the Kiwami didn't really fix any of that. Yo, thank you for the 4 months, Luna. Thank you. So, coming after Yakuza 6, they improved the Dragon Engine combat a little bit, but they also took steps back. The iconic dropkick from Yakuza 6 was taken away. I miss being able to hit like 10 enemies at once with it. Ishin Kiwami is also a budget game. True, but you know why Ishin is different? Ishin, unlike Kiwami 1 and 2, isn't the case where they took like a completely different appearance of the game or assets of the game and had to like rework them. I think they took the exact same assets and just made them look prettier. So I don't think Kiwami, Ishin Kiwami is going to be as low quality, if that makes sense. 1 and 2 were on the PS2, so it's a completely different case. Anyway, there was also something new introduced in Kiwami 2, the Majima Saga, a free side campaign where you play as Majima. It's like an hour and a half. It's not really long by any stretch of the imagination. Yo, Marcelo, thank you. But 4 months, thank you, buddy. So, the Majima Saga, I feel like it has a mixed reception on it, and for good reason. It's super short. Super short. The combat in it is... you know... there. Majima is limited to the Mad Dog of Shimano style. You have like, what, 2 hit actions. You can barely do anything else. But I mean, it's a short as hell campaign, so having like 10 million moves would kind of be a little overkill. But you know what? I do appreciate it. It was free. And you get Dragon Engine Majima playable. I'll take it. I think you could do like a few side stuff as well, like the pissing minigame. So there's that. No sub-stories, I don't think. The story of the Majima Saga was okay. It kinda tied up some loose ends from Yakuza 0, if you will. What else? Yeah, you could argue the Makoto stuff wasn't necessary. It's fan service. I would say it is fan service. You know what's the best part about the Majima Saga? No one talks about this. We got to see Terada as a chairman. Why does no one mention this? Terada, my beloved. No. You like Terada? Terada is my favorite Yakuza character. Right, chat? Seeing Terada as a chairman was kind of uncanny. It's weird. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I did appreciate the addition for what it's worth. The Majima Saga gave us the best dynamic intro. Well, not the best. One of the best dynamic intros of all time. Hold on. In fact, why don't we watch it together? Why don't we? Yakuza Kiwami 2. No. Here we go. Yo, who's that guy in the thumbnail here? Oh! Look at that! But yeah, the mediocre aspects of this DLC aside, I think they did an amazing job with that dynamic intro at the very least. It's beautiful. I love it. I did not watch JoJo, no. Okay, well, Kiwami 2 can stay in B. But, oh! Sorry, I forgot to mention one more thing. This game retained one of my least favorite aspects about Yakuza 2. Can you guess what it is? Go to Somalia, go to Bangladesh, go talk to that guy near the river, collect his pants, go sell them in eBay, and then you get the Tiger Drop. Why? Like, it's one of the worst things about Yakuza 2 in my opinion, and it's so fucking crappy to go through. By the way, it makes even less sense because something like, what's it called? Extreme Heat Mode. Why do you have to unlock that? It just makes no sense. I just realized we had a dipshit in the chat with a spoiler name. Nice job, dude. Way to make people love you. Nice. Okay, Kiwami 2, I think it stays at B tier. This is a good spot for it. Let me close this. So, after Kiwami 2, was it? It was Lost Paradise, right? Yeah, sorry, Gwento. Look, I just go on and on about these games. I lose, focus on my surroundings. But yeah, I noticed a little too late. Anyway, Lost Paradise. Who in the chat loves Lost Paradise? Listen. There might be that one person out there who says, oh, this is not a Yakuza game. This is a Yakuza game, just with like a Hokuto no Ken skin over it. I fucking love this so much. So, God, maybe we should show that one trailer. Hold on. Hokuto no Ken announcement. There we go. Hold on. Let me show you guys. So, this is how it got revealed. Shout out to Yakuza fan, by the way. Go give them a follow.
一番か。面白いやつだな。
This was when Ichiban was introduced as well. 5 years ago, can you believe that?
しぶといやつだな。
てめえぶっ殺してなんだ
お前はもう死んでいる。
And he turned.
おいお前何した
This was how Hokuto got Gotoku revealed. Oh, hell yeah, look at that Giga Chat. Wait, this ain't Kamurocho. Look at this logo and tell me this is not a Yakuza game. Look me in the eyes and tell me that is not a Yakuza game. Anyway, this is a Yakuza game through and through, and I will always treat it as such. It's just a spin-off, if you will. Lost Paradise is a game I love. I really love. It has issues, I'll say that. Like, the grind in this game is fucking brutal. On your first playthrough, I think you might not like this game as much, but when you play it for the second or third time, you're gonna come to appreciate this game more and more. It has some of the best boss fights. The soundtrack, I mean, listen to this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Also, there's a Kiryu skin for Kenshiro. Again, tell me it's not a Yakuza game. There's a couple of cameos. You have Kamaki showing up, and you have Amon also showing up. So, there's that. You have some equivalents to Yakuza minigames, such as a Cabaret Club Management. Not karaoke, but a rhythm minigame where you treat patients. Oh yeah, there's Nugget as well. Thank you. Chat, thank you. So, something interesting about this game, in the Japanese release, you had to get 100% completion if you wanted the platinum. In the English release, I think they realized that it was a little too brutal. They toned it down to 50%. A good friend of mine, Jimmy Q-Balls, you guys might know him. Go give him a follow, by the way. He made a lot of No Damage Yakuza videos. He went out of his way to get 100% on the Japanese release. He almost tore his hair out. It's actually that bad, at least on the Japanese version. Holy shit, I did say Jimmy. The grind is comparable to Ishin. I also heard Ishin has some of the most, like, a very brutal grind, so looking forward to seeing how that's gonna be in the remake. What else do we have? I think I talked about all there is to talk about. Oh yeah, the combat, I guess. The combat is really fun. It's Yakuza, but not Yakuza at the same time. It has, like, its own unique touches. Like the secret techniques, them being the heat actions. It's just very fun. I love the original characters in this as well. So this is an adaptation. It's not like a one-to-one thing. They take inspiration from the source material, and they also add their own twist with original characters. Can I just say how much I love Nadai? I love that man so much. In fact, let's take a look at his intro. Any Nadai enjoyers? If there's one character I will ever cosplay in my life, it's gonna be him, for obvious reasons. Wait, there we go. Yes, we will talk about spoilers. Oh, so fucking good, dude. Let's also look at... Where is it? Did I not? Oh, there we go. Wait. Tell me this is not Yakuza. Who else? No. Fellas, who was your favorite boss from Lost Paradise? Oh. Yo, thank you, Satan, for that $10. Thank you. And also, why was Jungi in the thumbnail? Same voice actor. Just like here, look, Ryuji in the thumbnail. That's another thing about this game, by the way. They share a lot of the Yakuza voice actors. Thank you, Satan. Oh! God, this game is so fucking cool. And you also have Jaggy. By the way, Jaggy is fucking awesome. Not this fight, actually. There was a very unique mechanic in this game. Wait. By the way, am I the only one who actually liked the English dub of this game? Jaggy was fucking awesome in the English dub. This fucking fight, wait. For the first time ever, you get like a first-person-ish fight. This idea, like, blew my mind a little bit. I loved it. Jaggy has such an amazing track. I love it. Oh, by the way, yeah, Jaggy was voiced by Majima's voice actor in the Japanese version. Dude, wait, listen to Jaggy's... Wait. He does it so well. Wait. I fucking love it, hold on. Listen. You know, sometimes when I talk about the English dub being arguably better than the Japanese voices, this is one such instance. I fucking love it. God, this game is so fucking cool. You know, I put this in B, but now I'm thinking of taking it to A. Yo, thank you for the super chat. Fireless, less so. Thank you. Fellas, A or S? If I want to be fair to the other games, I'll put it in B. Because, yeah, the grind is very brutal. And it also does introduce a lot of side content during the course of the story, so it's a bit similar to Yakuza 5 in that aspect. But it still doesn't overstay its welcome like Yakuza 5, in my opinion. Thank you, Koala. Thank you. Okay. What came after Lost Paradise? Judgment. Oh. Yo, thank you. Koala, thank you. Alright. Judgment. Who in the chat loves Judgment? Where would you put it? Oh, that soundtrack. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 So, Judgment was the next game to come after Kiwami 2 and Lost Paradise, I believe. Judgment is... So, when they first announced this, it was called Project Judge. That was the temporary name, the project name. And it was supposed to be a new IP. And what we got was a spin-off of Yakuza, where it's much like Koryo, where you play as someone else in Kamurocho. You play as a detective in Kamurocho, which is a really neat idea. Yo, thank you guys for the super chat. Thank you, Joe something, I can't see the full name. Joe, thank you, Joe. Brianna, thank you. Judgment is a fantastic game. For another attempt to make like a spin-off, Judgment did such an amazing job. The story is amazing in this. The soundtrack, as usual. Joe the Show, thank you. The soundtrack, as usual, just beautiful. The one I'm playing right now is like probably my top favorite. Thank you, Brianna.
Judgment was the first RGG game I've played.
Thank you.
Great time. Thumbs up.
Hell yeah, thank you. Right, so Judgment, with the combat, it's introduced two styles, Crane and Tiger. You could obviously tell, if you played all the Yakuza games, that there was some assets reused in the combat. But I feel like it was not too, it wasn't a cheap asset rehash. It was innovative, and sometimes you could barely even notice. Actually, in fact, let me show you guys something. Wait, did I even record it? There was something that I had. Oh, there we go. It's okay to simp. It's okay to simp. I simp too. I simp for Jungi. Okay, chat. I'll show you something and you tell me if it's familiar, okay? Watch. Pay close attention. Look familiar? I didn't know about this actually. I only noticed going back to it recently when I was recording a lot of the footage for the iceberg and all that. But there you have it, fellas. Yagami is related to Kenshiro. Yeah, that is the beginning of the Crane Rush combo. So, that was very interesting. And again, probably no one ever noticed it. I mean, again, I only was reminded going through the game recently. Anyway, back to Judgment. Amazing story. Has the longest chapter 1 of all the fucking games. It's like 5 hours on average, which is insane. I think when they released the demo for this game, it was the entirety of chapter 1, so it was like one whole chapter for a demo. The side content are a bit lacking in this game, I'll say. I'm not a fan of drone racing, honestly. The VR minigame is okay, but I have an iffy relationship with it because it kills the bitrate when I stream it. It's not stream friendly, unfortunately. And yeah, Judgment introduced a lot of fan favorites once again. Higashi, Kaito, Yagami, Sugiura, Hamura, Kuroiwa, arguably Ayabe as well, Saori, like Hoshino, Genda, they're all lovable. They all are, really. Matsugane, like, it's impressive how much they make you care about all of these characters. It's amazing. Is Keihin Gang one of you... No. Fuck the Keihin Gang. Thank you for reminding me. If there's one problem I have with this game, it's the Keihin Gang. I fucking hate... No, wait. Not the Keihin Gang. Kim. He's the mastermind. I fucking hate Kim so fucking much. Fuck that asshole. Ugh. Guy stumbles upon Yagami, is like, hey, please help. Kamurocho needs your help. I hate Kim so fucking much, dude. I'm just glad like Lost Judgment doesn't have that problem. Like, even with the drone exploit where you can despawn mobs, it's still such a pain in the ass. You have to go into the menu every like 5 seconds. Oh, by the way, this game also introduced the Mortal Wound system, as most of you know. Bosses will do special attacks that will permanently lock off a portion of your HP. And I think at first I saw a lot of positive reception for it, but as time went on, I saw negative reception for it. I don't mind it too much, but having to go to the sewers to get medkits every now and then does kind of get annoying. And also gunshots do that to you. But, you know, I personally didn't mind it too much. It was a system that was there to make you panic in fights, which is pretty interesting, honestly. And I think in Judgment you take way more damage in Legend than any other difficulty. If you guys remember, by the time we got to the final boss, one hit from him takes like half of my HP bar, which was insane.
I forgot to type a message, lol. Thank you for being such a great streamer for Yakuza. You inspired me to make videos of my own. Thank you, Leon.
No, thank you, Joe. Thank you. Really appreciate that you're here with us, supporting the channel. Thank you. I wish you all the best with the videos. But yeah, Judgment goes to S tier for me. Even though the combat does have a bit of jank, it's not very quick. And honestly, you could argue Crane is kind of useless in this, unless you want to be flashy and show off like some of the Crane heat actions or something like that. You could get by the entire game with just Tiger very easily. Again, this game, like, the amount of characters, the amount of great characters it introduces, the amount of great soundtracks it has, and just being the first, like, another new spin-off where you play as someone in Kamurocho that's not Kiryu, I would take this to S tier. I love it. I think this still sits at S tier for me. I love it. Really do. So, what came after this was Yakuza Like a Dragon, right? Like a Dragon. Oh boy, this is probably gonna be another hot topic. Oh, shitty RPG. How could you put this below over B? Listen. If you don't like RPG games, I feel like that dismisses you as a critic. Like, you can listen. You can say that the genre is bad or you don't enjoy it. That's something. But as someone who doesn't enjoy RPG games, to say that this game is absolute dog shit is unfair. If you want to be objective, if you really want to be objective and like argue about the other games, then be objective about this game as well. Okay? Okay, if you're saying this game is fucking not even D tier, hold on. If you're saying this game is poo-poo. Okay, let's assume you're saying this game is poo-poo. Are you saying the music is also poo-poo? Are you saying the story is also poo-poo? Are you saying the characters are also poo-poo? Because those exist, you know? It's just so fucking... Like, come on. If you don't enjoy a game, just say that. But don't try to go and tell people this game, like, who the fuck would like this? Oh! Don't be like that, because that just makes you look like an idiot. If you want to try to come here and be like objective with the other games, then be objective with this as well. Okay? Okay? Don't be like a 12-year-old. Anyway, chat, don't screenshot. What's I gonna do? So, as someone who enjoys JRPGs but doesn't play many of them, I mainly play like the Trails games, the Legend of Heroes games. I fucking loved Like a Dragon so much. They did... Oh, the music changed. Thank you, thank you. I keep forgetting, damn it. Like a Dragon is such an amazing game. Especially when you consider the fact that this was RGG Studios' first venture into the RPG genre. Having that in mind, and having in mind also that they were trying to move on to a new protagonist, what they did with this game is mind-blowing. It really is. So, once again, with Like a Dragon, you got a lovable protagonist, very lovable side characters, or side protags. Saiko, Adachi, Namba, Jungi, Zhao. Even though I have, like, my preferences, I love all of them. Like, there's not a single party member that I hate. Eri as well, optional party member. I think this game, like, it doesn't get enough credit for the fact that it's one of a kind. I can't think of a single JRPG game out there that deals with modern issues, society, and a JRPG where you play as, like, grown-ass people, like in their 40s, with realistic graphics and all that. Try to name one game that does that. Not to rag on JRPG games, by the way, but like 90% of them, exaggeration, you play as high schoolers or like teens or whatever. And it's anime style. This game is unique in that sense. And it doesn't get enough credit for that. Don't spoil 7. Look, this is gonna have spoilers, so if you don't want to get spoiled, maybe mute for now until I move on to the next game. But yeah, look at how many, like, if you play this as... The older you are and you play this game, I feel like, the more you're probably gonna appreciate it. The message it tries to drive of, like... I know it sounds cliche or cheesy, but the message of, oh, it's never too late to start your life is a very, very good message. Because how many people do you know, maybe even yourself, you're like, oh, if I get to 30 and I don't do this, my life is over. I'm a failure of a person, I'm this and that. This game does exactly what you would hope to hear, which is like, you look at these like 40-year-old characters and they're like, oh, what have I done my whole life? Okay, let's begin anew. And you see them like go through all this crazy shit and like know each other, and it's so heartwarming. I love it. That is definitely one message I feel like doesn't get enough credit for this game. I love it so much. Again, the RPG combat for being the first attempt is amazing. What else? Yeah, again, see, that's what I mean in that sense when I say Like a Dragon is so unique. You don't... Name one other RPG that deals with the issues of this game. With grounded... like a grounded setting based on real life. There's none! And by the way, you might be wondering, oh, but who shit talks Yakuza 7? Everyone loves it. Go to my controversial video, click on New First for comments. I literally have a comment of someone saying, I'm gonna choke the life out of someone who likes Yakuza 7. And it's like, okay, you're obviously like 14 or something. It's, but like, just like Yakuza 6, it might be more difficult to see the hate for this game now. But when it came out, people were like, where's my Kiryu? Ichiban sucks. Before the game came out. Or, RPG bad, yada yada yada. You get the truth. You get the point. But then the game came out, a lot of people who were against the game played the game, and they loved it. I'm sure we have people in this chat right now who are among that group, and there's no shame in that. Like, I think being able to grow out of, like, your opinions, I guess, is a very mature thing to do. It's very admirable. There's no shame in it. It's just like how I decided to take Yakuza to B tier, whereas I put it in what, C tier? Yeah, Ichiban is awesome. I love Ichiban. Also, I didn't talk about the villains, did I? This game introduced some amazing villains. Some of the most believable betrayals in this game as well. I feel like as the games go on, they like learn what to avoid and what to do and that kind of thing. God, I can't fucking wait for Yakuza 8. Yakuza 8 is gonna be awesome. I just really hope they introduce more playable characters. And I would love more optional playable party members. Okay, well... One main argument you get about 7, by the way, it's like, oh, what if GTA become turn-based? Do you think people would love that? And it's like, you never know, maybe they will. Look at Yakuza 7. This series was beat 'em up the whole time. People played RPG Yakuza, and they fucking loved it. And like, the 5 people who didn't love it go after people saying, oh, how the fuck could you like this? Anyway, I feel like I'm talking too much about minorities. That was Yakuza Like a Dragon. Very good game. Amazing. Like, just, I fell in love with it. I love it. Alright, after Like a Dragon, we have... Same Mitzi. Songkwi. Love her so much. You know what time it is. Lost Judgment, baby. Alright. After Like a Dragon, Yakuza Like a Dragon, we get the sequel to Judgment. And that is Lost Judgment. Lost Judgment went above and beyond. Improved the combat by like 20 times. Added so much side content, you could get lost into it. You could argue this has as much like side content as 5-0 Like a Dragon. You have like these cool stories, which are a whole game on its own. Like, it's crazy. Now, admittedly, I think the story of Lost Judgment, I prefer it less than the first one. But having said that, the story is still good. Introduced a couple of amazing villains. I love Akatsu, Giga Chad. Can we have a Giga Chad emote in honor of Akatsu? And Sniffing Man, what's his name? Soma. Can we have any sniffers in the chat? Heads in the air. Wait. Boom. Perfect. So, yeah, Lost Judgment not only improved the combat so much, they introduced 2 new fighting styles. Unfortunately, one is DLC. How do you guys feel about that, by the way? I feel like maybe now with the controversy dying down, maybe it's not talked about as much. But I wish it was unlockable, I really do. It could set a bad... What's the word? Not precedent. It could set a bad... practice, I guess, for upcoming games. Let's switch it up a little bit. Fellas, who loves this track? God, Lost Judgment has amazing tracks. I love it. What else is there to talk about? There's a lot of side cases in this. I think... No, wait. Was it 42? Or 50-ish? Something like that? Any cat jammers in the chat? So you have Snake style and Boxer style. Snake is free.
Easy S tier cause of Kosuke and Constant Sawa Sensei.
Thank you, Dark Master. Hell yeah. Snake is one of the more popular styles in Lost Judgment. It's very good. Looks sick. Has an amazing theme. And yeah, it just... They did an amazing job on it. A defensive style where you can parry and like you have all these defensive moves that are non-lethal. And by the way, on the topic of side cases, I don't mind less because I'm sure you guys noticed as the games go on, the side cases get more beefy, and that is better in my opinion than having something like, I don't know, Yakuza 3. Oh, this guy copped a feel on your ass and he stole 10,000 yen on you. You walk by the same street again. Oh, this guy touched your pee-pee this time. Go beat his ass. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't mind like less numbers if it means more quality. I'll take it. Also, something about Yakuza 3. The minigame sub-stories I'm really not a fan of, so I'm glad the sub-stories are the way they are in later games. The hell? God, why is this team so good? The hell? The hell? The hell? How about we watch a dynamic intro or two? Uh-oh. I think we disconnected. Is it back yet? Did it disconnect for you guys? OBS! Come on! Okay, back. Nice. Tell chat to refresh in case anyone's having problems. But yeah, let's... I should, thank you, Koala. Look at how beautiful that is! Oh. And then like when you beat him as well, it's... Oh, I love outros like this. I want to see them do more of them. He smiles at you, chat. What do you do? Let's watch another one. One of the best villains in Lost Judgment. Sniffer! Stick around, won't you? Oh my goodness. Also, we can't forget about this. Beautiful, dude. Oh, hell yeah. The build up to this fight is godly. And another one that isn't appreciated enough. Oh. Seeing all of these moments again with you guys, it's just so fucking awesome. Hey, bitch! What?
Snowiest Angeman replaced Viper with the Gambling Hall music from 5 for Soma's first dynamic intro, and I can't get that version out of my head.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Brianna. We cannot forget about this. Arguably my favorite intro in all of the fucking game. It's so good. Oh! Fellas, who thinks this is the best intro in the game too? God. Higashi. Like, everyone gets a spotlight in this dynamic intro. Higashi, Kaito, Yagami, Akutsu, the goons, everyone. It's so beautiful. Man, what a fight. What a fight, dude. How about we rewatch some of the other ones too? Wait. We're about to rewatch some Yakuza 7 ones, by the way, if you want to avoid that. Fellas, he could kill Kiryu. Can you believe it? Oh, dude, these games. They did such an amazing job with the dynamic intros. Wait, where's... Oh, there we go. Let's go to Majima season opener. Hell yeah. Dynamic intros are like my favorite thing ever about Yakuza games. No better way to get you excited for a fight. And then, where's the... This was so fucking awesome. Like, even with the issues 7 story has, you know one thing it fucking nailed? It gave proper respect to these, like, former protagonists, and it's just beautiful. Like, this is something you can't even avoid. It just happens. Da-da-da. What else do we have? This was another good one, too. Who is a Sawashiro enjoyer? We do a little trolling. God, what a great intro. And this is also one of my all-time favorite intros. I still think Tendo is one of the best villains in the whole series. Like, maybe you saw it coming, but I still think he did a great job compared to other villains. Like, usually when you see someone joining your side the way he did, it's like, okay, knowing Yakuza, he's gonna be with us. I used the laser. Oh, this segment. You know what I want to see in like a Dragon 8? I really want to see dynamic intros where they implement the other party members as well. I get that it's more work, but man, it would be so fucking cool. I mean, they did it with Lost Judgment, so I really want to see that. What dynamic intros do you guys enjoy as well? Fellas? Oh wait, this is the original. B1. Oh yeah! Let's fucking go. This one is really good too. I love it. Overall, which game do you guys think has the best dynamic intros? Like, in terms of the amount. Anime! Lost Judgment, Lost Judgment. Oh yeah. This is the PS4 version, so it's not gonna be 60 FPS, but... Who thinks this is the absolute best dynamic intro in all of the franchise? Look at that delicious 20 FPS. Oh! No. God, this segment as well, hold on. This right here is god tier choreography. Even though there's like no dynamic, there's no cool time events. It's so cool to look at. Like you just sit there for a minute straight, like leaving the controller in front of you, like. No. Oh, look at him. Let's go with Yakuza 0 as well. Anyone likes this one? I actually barely see this one mentioned, but I think it's among the best. Bit of a hot take, I actually kind of preferred Laogui as the final boss compared to Shibusawa. Because this wasn't about sympathy at all. It's just... Okay, this guy fucking gave you hell before and shot the girl you might have crushed on, so go kick his ass. Yeah, let's check Yakuza 6 too. Fellas, any Ed enjoyers? Oh, that theme though. God, it's so fucking cool. Alright, here's Somiya. Massive man, hell yeah. Who is a massive man enjoyer? This was like the coolest shit when I first played Zero. I mean, it still is really cool, but you know, we just got so many dynamic intros since then. God. I think... Where was it? Okay, we can't talk about that one. This is the original PS3 version.
Round 1 fight!
「
Fight!
This is another, like, Tanimura moment where you have a quick time event in a dynamic intro. And also this was really cool. Man, we should just have a fucking future stream where we take a look at every dynamic intro. I mean, we kinda already are doing that, but... I guess I'm just getting sentimental a little bit because of... having talked about all of the games after the marathon and all that. Revisiting memories. And then you have... this. Man, I still think this should have been... Kiryu should have had... You know what? You know how they should have done this fight? Kiryu should have had, like, I don't know, four health bars? And... if you lose, you don't have to reach right. The story goes on. That would have been so much better, in my opinion. Because then, if you play on New Game Plus, you can, like, come back to it and win. And you would still, get the same outcome. God, missed opportunity. We haven't done Higashi Appreciation yet. Speaking of Higashi Appreciation, it's been a while since I did one of these.
Oh.
One of the best intros, in my opinion. Oh! I love that Higashi has one of the best themes. Fellas? Pop quiz. Where does this come from? Is that a Higashi special or no? By the way, notice how it looks purple here, the aura? In the remaster, it's kind of dark blue-ish. Wait, I just realized I typed Yakuza Judgment. Oh, new favorite game, fellas? This is another sick intro. Can we appreciate Cane Man? Guy came in and left like it was nobody's business. Yeah, I love the purple too. No. Cane Man is the Hayashi of Judgment. Change my mind. That really is what he is. Absolute, like, one of the best villains. Hands down. Even though he has, like, little story relevance. Flashback to that time I did an interview with the English voice actor of Cane Man. I really should do more of those. Okay, who thinks this is the best intro in all of the series? What else do we have in Zero? Oh yeah, this! How can we forget about this? God, this moment is so fucking cool.
そうかい。なるようになっちまうもんだな。くぜ
Oh. Can we appreciate how Kuze had like 5 fucking fights in the game? Still managed to have like some of the best fights in the whole game. No. What, you type Yakuza 0 Kuze? Boss battle. 4, 14, 1, 7, 11. And then there's this one. Fast like you. Can we get a Kuze emote in the chat? No. God. Yeah, this is probably his most iconic fight. I love it. And then... Man, I really wish Kiwami had more dynamic intros. Like, before the game came out, I was like, oh shit, this is a perfect opportunity for them to add more dynamic intros. What do we get? Just this one. I mean, it's good, but... Imagine if Gary Buster Holmes got a dynamic intro. Oh yeah, the objective ranking. I need to do that. Thank you. Yeah, because... Also, one of the best additions to Kiwami 2 right here. The fact that they added dynamic intros to Kiwami 2, but not Kiwami 1, kinda saddens me. But this right here is so good. Oh! Okay, we can't get too into this. I do want to go back and rank the games objectively, if you will. No. Okay, can we appreciate this? Kiryu has come so far to the point where he doesn't need to look behind him anymore. That little animation tells so much, and it doesn't get appreciated enough. I love it. Look, it's everybody's favorite villain. Oh! Yeah, beat the shit out of him, Nagumo. Do it! If only this fight had like one more quick time event or something, would have been perfect. Yakuza 6. Also, one of the better additions in Kiwami 2. This is gonna be the last one, by the way. I need to get back to the game. Wait. One of the best additions. This is so raw. By the way, can we meme about Call of Duty! Yeah, teabag him, Ryuji. Okay, where was I? Let's rank these games objectively now, if you will. What the, hold on, I should play something. Let's play this. Just a second, fellas. Okay, Yakuza 1 original. I'm going based on a today's standards, if you will, criteria. Yakuza 1 nowadays, I feel like most people... Where is it? Where the... They will probably put it here. Yakuza 2... Maybe B. Yeah, Kenzan... Probably... If you grew up with, or if you loved Kenzan, you'd probably put it here, but objectively, for what's that, like for what that's worth, taking in the mechanics and the datedness of the game, if you will, probably here. Yakuza 3, probably here. Yakuza 4, I can see it being here. Kuroyo, probably in B. Yakuza 5, like either A or S, I think. Kuroyo 2, probably in B as well. Ishin, probably in S. Or well, let's just leave it there. Dead Souls. It hurts my heart, but Yakuza 6, people would probably put it here, I think. Kiwami 2, probably here as well. Like a Dragon, probably here. Zero, probably here. Lost Paradise, probably here. Yakuza... Oh, wait. Oh, no, never mind. Judgment, most likely S. Or maybe even A, actually. Kiwami... Probably B. What do you guys think? I feel like if I had to put my mindset to like a more, maybe, oh, what's the word? No, actually, no, not even mindset. If I tried to go based off of, like, I guess, how much the game has to offer, this probably would be it. By the way, this is not my ranking, to make it clear. I already ranked everything personally. This is what I think would be the objective ranking, if you will. And again, there will be disagreements, but I'm going like purely based off of content here. Keep that in mind. And also jankiness. Dead Souls, no one would put that in fucking S tier if they were trying to be objective. Same for these. And yeah. I think that's it, fellas. Okay. Listen. Listen. If you guys had to put Dead Souls in a tier, which one would it be? Memes aside. Okay, don't tell me like 10 S pluses. Tell me the truth. Where would you put Dead Souls? C, B, C, B. Yeah, that's about what I would expect, yeah. D. Sawa sense. Hell yeah. Man, I think Dead Souls just needs a remaster. If we get a remake, cool. Kiwami game. If we get a sequel, cool. But the problem was just the hardware back then. It couldn't handle Dead Souls. A, especially because it got me into karaoke. Yeah, the karaoke in Dead Souls is pretty awesome. Man, I can't believe we finished like almost all of the Yakuza games in 1 month. What did we leave out? I think the Kuroyo games, Lost Paradise, Kenzan, and Ishin. Kenzan and Ishin I left out because, you know, they're not localized. And Ishin more so because it's coming soon. I don't want to spoil people yet. Wait, that sounded wrong. I don't want to spoil people without the yet. When that comes out, I'm going to upload videos in a non-spoilery manner. I'm gonna cover boss names, cover thumbnails, so you guys don't have to worry. But if you're looking to avoid spoilers, I would say don't get on YouTube, period. Don't do it. Because if my channel isn't the one to spoil you, it will be another channel, trust me. The algorithm will find its way. But yeah. Black Panther. I might stream the Korea games sometime. Will you review Ishin Kiwami? We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna play the hell out of it for like the first 2 weeks probably, but we'll see. So, how many days do we have again? 15 days, right? I have a video coming up. Actually, no, scratch that. I have 2 videos coming up before the release of Ishin. At least 2 videos. As for streams, I don't know. But if there will be streams, I will let you guys know on Discord and on Twitter. No, because the differences aren't significant enough, Koala. Oh yeah, no. That... So, that is true, I see. I used to, like, put boss names in the title and in thumbnails without giving a shit. But I realized that was such a dick move. So, eventually, I just decided to hide boss names and the thumbnails as well. And for anyone that got spoiled because of me, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm sorry, okay? But I've changed. I don't want to be that guy anymore. Ever since, like, what? Judgment or Lost Judgment, I think? Or even before? 7, I think. No, the remasters. I've started covering the names. So... You probably don't have to worry about spoilers from my channel. Just to say. God, it's been such a fucking blast going through the games with everyone. It's been fun! And I really appreciate, like, all the support that you guys have given me throughout the thing. Even if you tuned in, like, a few seconds a day. Or anything. Same, Itzy. Same. There's a lot about Ishin Kiwami that I think we just really have to wait and see how it's gonna be like. Before, like, jumping the gun and immediately thinking the game sucks. Like, I think the face replacements... Some people legit said that the game is ruined because they replaced, oh, I don't know, Hamazaki's face or something, or Baba's face. That, like, come on. That is one thing in, like, a massive game of hundreds of hours. Yo, Scriva, welcome. Hell yeah. I was actually surprised by the amount of backlash Baba's replacement got. People spoiling the final boss by complaining about the face swaps, yeah. I'm sure some of them don't intend to. But then you have that dipshit from the beginning of the stream who literally changed his name to the final boss. Like, I don't think people like that are above, like, 13 years old. He can't be. Because if you're, like, I don't know, 20, and you're like that... All I can say is God help you. Sub-story tier list? Oh, that's gonna take a long time. If the whole... Like, if the boss's tier list took me, like, 4 hours, that's gonna take me 20 hours. Yeah, fair enough, Johnny. I would argue it's still a celebration of the whole series. Because in the original, you could argue it was a celebration of Yakuza 5. Because I did count it, there's like 10 faces from Yakuza 5, which is a little too much. But now those scales are balanced a little bit. So you have like at least one character from 3, a few characters from Yakuza 4, a few characters from Yakuza 5 still. A character from Yakuza 2, from Yakuza 1, 7, 0. Like, I keep seeing people who are like, oh man, Ishin Kiwami panders to Yakuza 0 and 7 fans. Like, get real. You still have characters from every single fucking game. So, by the way, I'm not, like, this is not directed at people who, like, are bothered by changes but are being civil about it. This is directed to people that are literally saying the game is ruined because of the face swaps. And kind of being aggressive about it too. Was Bacchus an original Ishin? No, but there was another English NPC. I don't want to talk too much about Ishin because I don't want to spoil anything to people. But all the people that are fucking salty about like non-Japanese characters in Ishin have clearly not played original Ishin. Or like they forgot and they just want to bitch about something. Original Ishin had several non-Japanese characters. I'll just say that. And the point is, like, the point of Ishin is not like nationality representation. It's just literally faces from the series. That's all it is. I think people look into it a little too much. Like, oh, how could Jungi Han be in this? He's Korean. You know who else is Korean? Ryuji. And he was in original Ishin. No one complains about that. And then the only argument they have after that is like, oh, but Ryuji is cooler. And okay, that's your opinion. Doesn't make the inclusion of Jungi bad. Like, man, people are fucking stupid. Like, they've either never played the original, or they did, but they just want to bitch about 7 and 0. Platinum hair? Well, what about Ryuji's golden-ass hair, which gets made fun of, by the way. In the game, I mean. Hello, I see your opinion about Yakuza 5 has changed. It didn't, actually. This is the objective tier list, if you will. I made a personal one. Before this. But yeah, once again, like, just complaining about realism in RGG games, it's like, come on. Oh, but Yakuza was never like that. Never like that. Yeah, it's not like you play as a middle-aged man who has blue flames coming out of him the whole fucking series ever since game 1. Yeah. That didn't happen. Yeah, I definitely think some of the annoyance is because it's relatively mainstream now, and it's like, come on. I get that stuff going mainstream can bring bad things, but so far I really don't think it's that bad. Like, the worst that has come out of this, like Yakuza going mainstream, if you will, is DLC. Lost Judgment had like an entire fighting style behind DLC, and what else? Oh yeah, the Yakuza 7 in Japan actually made New Game Plus DLC, difficulties DLC, taking your jobs beyond level 30 DLC. But guess what? Because people actually raised their concerns about that, they fixed it in the English release. People also voiced their concerns about boxing being DLC, but unfortunately nothing came out of that. I don't think the card system is nearly as bad as that New Game Plus DLC. I see it as a clan creator kind of thing. By the way, I've seen people who think like the DLC thing is ruining Ishin. And it's like, dude, come on. Can you not think of the bigger picture? Like, yeah, okay, I get that you don't like the card system, but more than likely it's gonna be optional. Then again, we have to wait and see how it's gonna play out before making a fully informed opinion, but that goes not only for me, but those people saying Ishin is ruined, fucking done, and finished. Like, come on. Now, say if they locked Wild Dancer behind DLC in Ishin Kiwami, that would be horrible. That, like, everyone and their mothers would, like, make videos about that. Plus, look at it this way. So, I'm not sure. Again, I have to wait and see what the game is going to be like, but I have a feeling bosses using cards is going to be exclusive to the Ishin difficulty. And if that's the case, I feel like that's going to be awesome for replays, because more than likely you're not going to play Ishin difficulty on your first run. You can just play hard or X hard. And then you can challenge yourself on, like, replays in Ishin difficulty. Maybe fight the bosses without using abilities, and they have abilities. I just feel like it's gonna add more than take anything, really. Agreed, Ditzy. Do you think it'll be as grindy? That's something I'm interested in seeing. I have no idea. Like, it could go both ways. Yeah, Ishin is like canon difficulty in Lost Paradise, I guess. The fact that they've been so silent about it makes me think that that's the mode where bosses can use superpowers, and only there. At least, I think that's what would be ideal. Yeah, same. God, there's only like 2 weeks left until Ishin Kiwami. Has anyone pre-ordered the game, by the way? I still haven't. I'll try and see if I can get a code, hopefully. Man, I wish Ishin got a collector's edition. Can you imagine if they did something similar to the DX edition of Ishin in Japan? Where there was like a sake cup? It was so fucking cool. Hold on. Actually, now that I say that, I feel like we have too much silverware with the collector editions. We need something else. So, watch this. So, in Japan, for the PS4, they had this collector's edition. A little photograph of Ryoma replacing the real-life figure. Like, replicated historical picture, but just with Ryoma's face, which is cool. And then you have this. Man, I didn't get this edition, but it would be nice if we had something like this in the West. I would fucking buy this in a heartbeat. Oh, speaking of merch. Speaking of merch. Fellas, I have bad news. Please don't cry. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that Yakuza coat hanger review. You know why? Check this shit out. Everything is like 10,000 yen. Then the shipping comes along and he's like, yo, bitch, 34,000 yen. You wanna pay that? By the way, I contacted AmiAmi and they got back to me. They told me they have no other shipping option for my country, which is fucking insane. Like, if I really wanted to pursue this, I could maybe use a, what do they call them? A forwarding service? I guess? I have an address in Japan. Yo, Goku. Yeah. How you doing, buddy? Man. Yeah, so if you haven't done the math, I think when I converted it, it was like $265, the shipping only. I know shipping has gotten expensive ever since COVID, but goddamn, dude, come on. Give me a fucking break. Good lord. How do you get an address in Japan? I don't know what you call them in English, but there's like, with private shipping companies, you can get addresses around the world, where basically you get stuff delivered there, they bring it to you, and then you pay them like a fee for the delivery, a proxy. Right, thank you guys. Oh yeah, I can only imagine how it is in Australia, goddamn. Mail forwarding, yeah. I do have an address in Japan, so maybe I'll check it out. Oh, we'll see. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, it sucks. Let's start the campaign so they send you items for the official review. Man, that is like a dream come true to me. Okay, so if you don't know AmiAmi, it's a website where you can buy stuff from Japan. They currently have Yakuza plushies, and there's the coat hangers. I'm looking for Ishin. Did it disconnect for you guys? It said on my end that it disconnected. This is... I don't want to spoil it, but it's the boss before the final, and the character files. We're back. Okay, so, if you order the thing from AmiAmi, you get this coaster. Wait. They have so many retail exclusives in Japan. And then you have Amazon. Ryuga Gotoku Ishin. I'm looking for the limited edition. Maybe if I type... Oh, not this. This is the old one. I wanted to show you guys the scroll, the life-size, like, scroll of Ryoma. That's the Kiwami's limited edition content. And there's a bunch of other stuff too, like fans and... Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Okay, chat. It's been a very, very fun ride going through the games and then reviewing, or, well, going through the tier list again. But I think this is where I'm gonna stop the stream. Whew. Okay, so, like I said, there's probably not gonna be streams until Ishin, but I have at least 2 videos planned, so look forward to those. And if I do decide to stream, I will let you guys know on Discord and Twitter. I need that wallpaper. Channel custom commissioned. Sorry. Anyway, you guys take care, stay safe, stay healthy until that Ishin hype. Bye-bye, fellas. Bye-bye.